Is it working? Check the stream preview. No, it's a black screen.
Oh.
Alright, let's relaunch the game if that's what you want to do. NA
Jeez.
production, lol.
We need some technical difficulties music. Just
Right.
certain music just for whenever this happens.
There we go. Alright, it's working again. So, we have US Army Esports versus Return of the Middlesticks. As we were saying, this is a very important playoff contention game because if Return of the Middlesticks loses this one, it's a much more uphill battle. If they can stay just under even, it's a lot easier to stay in this playoffs race. Meanwhile, US Army Esports sitting at 3-1. They want to damn near lock themselves into playoffs. They want to make sure that they win this against Return of the Middlesticks. So on the blue side, we've got US Army Esports, Pork Chop in the top lane on Maokai, Yrito in the jungle on Volibear, Alacrity in the mid lane on Cassiopeia and Talented, and it's me that's OP on the Senna and Zyra.
Yep, and on the red side, we have the Return of the Middlesticks. We have Tendies on the Fiora in the top lane. We have Echo in the jungle, that's being played by Cryogenes as the Renekton in the mid lane, and Let's Have Fun and Curvestomp as the Aphelios and Thresh in the bot lane.
Yep, and we have interesting picks here. We have a Renekton mid, Echo jungle, so you're not missing any of that AP damage. But Tendies 2 on his signature Fiora is going into a tank, so this could go very well for him, or the tank could just completely block him and make sure that that Tendies win difference is kind of negated.
Yeah, and to be honest, I'm a little confused as to why they did decide to go Renekton into the mid lane, especially against someone like the Cassiopeia, who is going to love fighting the Renekton. Whenever Renekton comes dashing in, you can just put that little mark on the ground and just say, alright, can't dash at me. I can just slither away. It's fine.
Yeah, having that miasma is going to be very good for trying to stop Cryogenes. Of course, Renekton's early game power, his base stats, are going to be a lot better than Alacrity's. It could mean that this Cassiopeia could get solo killed. I think that's what Cryogenes is going for here. But I think there are possibly better alternatives than Renekton mid, which we saw a little bit in professional play, but it kind of fell out of favor after a little while. Of course, he's still pretty good in that mid game with the Blade of the Ruined King, the melee buff that it got, like 5 patches ago, 10 patches ago.
Yeah, I mean, Renekton's no sleeper. He's always going to be really strong, especially with the Bork. If that is what he decides to go with first, Bork is always such a good item to have, but at the same time, it could be a little costly if the Renekton can really never get a solo kill or put around that lane pressure, especially since he's not running the teleport, he's running Ignite, so he's going for, to me, what kind of seems like he wants to win the lane more than anything.
Yeah, and he needs solo kills to do it, which I think it's a good thing that Alacrity took that exhaust, because otherwise it's going to be a lot harder for him to stay alive, much less get CS against this Renekton. And now that they've hit that level 3, level 3, level 4 area, Alacrity is going to have to watch himself because that burst from the Renekton can just be so devastating.
Yeah, and you can see that both junglers have taken the risk scuttlers, so they are starting to make a move. Miasma does come out, but Alacrity could be in some trouble here, and he's going to flash, get hit by the Q, and he goes down.
Yeah, good snipe there by Loker, and now Cryogenes may be in trouble, but Yrito is going to take a lot of damage. Loker gets some damage back onto Yrito. The Ignite is used on that Volibear, and a flash committed by Loker, but they get both of Alacrity's summoner spells at the end of the day.
And while I didn't mean to full on take your role there, it was so out of nowhere for me to see that Alacrity didn't flash before. I was expecting Alacrity to have flashed prior to, but instead he flashes with Loker, and Loker is able to send out that Q perfectly timed.
And the flash forward by Let's Have Fun, it is going to mean the flash forward by Curb Stomp. It's me that's OP, gets very low, but Talented uses the heal to keep him alive. Curb Stomp is going to get in there, but the teleport completes here for Pork Chop, and it looks like Curb Stomp will be going down. Talented taking the kill there. Now Loker possibly in trouble. Wyrito going to get the stun off. Loker over the wall, flash by the Volibear, and he's going to take the solo kill here onto the Echo.
Yeah, and beautiful rotation on the side of the US Army Esports. And it was a great play at first, and then here came Wyrito, and here came Pork Chop, and from there on, you know, the rest is history, and I'm a little afraid for this Aphelios now.
Yeah, that was not great because Let's Have Fun used his flash and his heal so early in that he didn't have it for later. He had to back off, and Curb Stomp, while he did get the kill onto It's Me That's OP, he lost his life as well and handed that over to Talented, the ADC of US Army Esports. And now US Army Esports will be taking down the first dragon here. It's an Infernal. And they're looking quite good here. They have traded even. They're even in gold and pretty much, well, they're even in gold. But Tendies did get a lot of pressure up there on the top side, whereas the bot side of US Army Esports is the strong one.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm pretty sure Tendies will be fine with just taking this free farm. Like, the first dragon isn't going to be too worrisome, and having your ADC stay alive from that team fight is great, especially since there is that 12 CS lead. I'm pretty sure for them, they're kind of fine with what happened, but Loker was in the wrong place, wrong time whenever that volley did come down, which did give the dragon up.
Yeah, so we will have to see how Loker adjusts. Obviously, he is in that top side looking to help Tendies. Tendies is pretty far ahead himself, but Pork Chop did come back to lane with that Bramble Vest. So he is going to stop Tendies from getting the, getting all of the, you know, sustain that Fiora does, and it's going to be punishing when he jumps into a minion wave just like that.
Yeah, I mean, oh, sorry, my bad. I mean, when it comes to trying to gank the Maokai, there are two certainties in life with ganking it. One, you're gonna get hit by those little saplings, and two, more than likely, it's gonna take about half an hour to take them out.
Yeah, and this is still a level 5 Maokai, but with Tendies spamming so many Qs, being able to do that as Fiora, it is going to be easier, but looks like he's just going to go for the solo kill here. He's going to pop the Grand Challenge, get on Pork Chop, but he can't find that fourth hit, so Pork Chop will just walk away. The ultimate is burned there by Tendies, and now Pork Chop is level 6, which means Wyrito could try and come up for a gank. Now Tendies in the middle of a wave, taking a lot of damage, and he has no healing to speak of. He is going to put himself at half health here.
Yeah, and kind of, I don't know why Tendies did use that Grand Duel there. I mean, yes, it was a possibility that you could have gotten all the procs on and be safe, but like, at the same time, it was so SEO.
Oh. There is Cryogenist coming in. Could be a 3v3, but Alacrity is also available to rotate, so they just want to make sure that Wyrito doesn't dive the bot lane with the Call of the Thunder God.
Yeah, I mean, if that controller was not there, I mean, I think that was the easy tower dive and probably 2 kills being handed over with such ease, so good spot for that controller to have spotted out Wyrito, and I mean, with a level 6 Aphelios, you have to be more careful because he can be so difficult to take out.
The flash in, the stun, Alacrity is going to be able to find the stun onto Cryogenist, who has to dash away, but he's going to burn down with that Ignite. Now it's Me That's OP is going to fall in the bottom lane. Let's Have Fun loses his life. It's Talented versus Curb Stomp, and Talented is in a minion wave. Curb Stomp will find that second kill for himself. Meanwhile, Wyrito, he came in to try and help Alacrity, but it is too little, too late. Cryogenist takes his second kill in this gank.
Yeah, and he burst that ulti too, and he just walked straight into that bubble. I don't know why Rito did or why Rito did go in there, but I just try to force one too many plays there from what it looked like.
Yeah, trying to defend the tower, moving a little too far forward, but he just gets caught, killed, and now Loker is looking for Pork Chop here. Tendies has a lot of damage, that's the bubble coming in, Parallel Convergence will not connect to the stun, but Loker, he's here, he doesn't even need the Chrono Break that he doesn't have.
Yeah, and really for Loker, Loker's just looking at it like, every level is a Echo party. You cannot stop the Echo. I mean, we saw it before.
Oh, let's have fun. What are you doing? Moves up without his support. The Thresh isn't there to help him with the Lantern. He gets picked, gets killed, and trades his flash with Talented. That is not a good thing to see from the Felios.
Yeah, and that's just disrespecting It's Me That's OP. I mean, It's Me That's OP has always been performing really well with these kinds of champs that can get these stuns. So, for him to just walk up like that, way too disrespectful.
Yeah, oh, the root comes in. The Chrono Break is going to be used right on top of Rito. Talent is going to take a lot of damage, but Loker will get over the wall with that Dark Passage. Now Pork Chop, he has walked down. He's looking for the engage. He's going to move on to Curb Stomp immediately. Uses the stopwatch, the ultimate coming through from the Zyra. Loker takes a lot of damage. He's going to be taken down by Alacrity, but Alacrity pays for it with his life. Cryogenist doesn't have the dominance up quite yet. He's waiting for a couple more seconds before it comes back up. It is a 4v3 in this jungle, and US Army Esports back off. They're just going to go for the dragon instead.
Yeah, and that was a great pick there on the side of US Army Esports, being able to take out Loker. And while, yeah, they do lose Alacrity in the process, they are perfectly fine with that, as they're able to get so much in the process. So they're fine with giving Fiora some more plating, I'm pretty sure, and making sure that Senna stays ahead while they're burying this Aphelios as much as they can.
Yeah, keeping the Aphelios behind seems to be what US Army Esports are going for here. He's 1-2-2. Meanwhile, Talented is at 3-1-1, has finished that Manamune. So they're looking to just keep repeat ganking, repeat killing. Let's have fun. Pork Chop, he did have to commit the teleport, and as you said, Tendies ended up getting a couple of plates. But really, that's small potatoes when you're talking about a low economy jungler, or a low economy top laner like Maokai. Tendies, on the other hand, he needs this to survive, so really he's just getting himself back into the state that he wants to be in, rather than putting himself far ahead of Pork Chop or anything. However, that could change as Loker is here in the top lane.
Yeah, and I do just want to kind of bring out that one ability that went unnoticed is the Moonlight Vigil from the Aphelios. He was trying to make a play happen.
Oh, okay. Loker will get away with that Chrono Break, and now we do see Tendies moving on to Alacrity. The stun is not going to come through, but Loker will be stunned. The double kill coming through and barely keeps himself alive. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Talented and It's Me That's OP are pushing in, taking more plates here, and they're going to deny more and more from Let's Have Fun Curb Stomp.
Yeah, and you know, I think it's kind of a common thing for me to say at this point, but Let's Have Fun is never having fun in this bot lane. Like, I feel like every time I've tuned into it, it's just like never any fun for him.
Yeah, he's just shoved under the turret, he's getting picked and killed, he's getting ganked in the bot lane. It's just not going great for him, and Curb Stomp isn't able to even, you know, support him in any kind of way, because they're both kind of in the same boat here and they're not getting that much jungle help.
Yeah, but we do see Loker's pressure has been everywhere else except for that bot lane, and that's a good thing. And making sure the Cassiopeia doesn't get ahead, that's great. And Cryogenist has been winning. He's been winning the lane, so they're sitting fine.
Yeah, they need Cryogenist to win this lane, so they need to commit some resources to it. This is, you know, this Renekton is going to be able to get the damage in. He just needs to have stuns to layer on top of it. Now, Alacrity, they know he doesn't have that Petrifying Gaze, so Loker's looking to try and find some, try and burn some cooldowns, but there's nothing really to burn here.
Yeah, and now you just gotta be the smallest of low states, but the lead is in the side of return of the middle states, as they were able to get 2 towers in that top lane. And now, when we were saying that the Fiora isn't going to be too scary, yeah, she now has a pretty big lead, and she's sitting fine, and now she's going to be a main worry.
Yeah, she's got that 50 CS lead, but first, Cryogenous is getting ganked here in the mid lane. He is going to get the stun onto Wyrito. The Stormbringer already been used. Loker coming in. He will not be able to find a stun. He jumps forward onto Wyrito, but will not be able to get him down. Alacrity going very low as Tendies picks him up for his first kill of the game, and Cryogenous finds Porkchop for the second here. They're gonna find this turret. They lose their bot lane turret, but Loker is on the hunt, and he smells bear. He's going forward. He will find the jump in and pick up. He does need to use the Chrono Break to get himself out, but his team is picking up that mid turret as well.
Yeah, and Talented and It's Me That's OP have kind of just been ignoring the fight, but now they're at a point where they can't afford to do that no longer. If they continue to do that, they know they're gonna be next, so they have to do something. And Talented held on to that, to the ultimate Dawning Shadow.
Dawning Shadow, yep.
And so he's holding on to it, and both It's Me That's OP and Talented are going to be the 2 people that they have to rely on until the Cassiopeia works her way up. They're having to sit back and now just play that scaling game, which they didn't want to have to be forced to play from the first place.
Yeah, now Talented and It's Me That's OP will remain in the bot lane. They are not going for that lane swap because the Herald isn't up for another 2 minutes. Meanwhile, this Mountain Drake up in 10 seconds, and it looks like Loker has been picked. Porkchop is going to move forward. He does not get the Twisted Advance, but the stun coming through by Wyrito, and the shutdown with that Dawning Shadow. With the jungler down, it looks like US Army Esports is going to go for their 3rd Drake game. Wyrito now going to be pulled back in. He's going to go very low. He's dead. That's no junglers on either side. Talented, It's Me That's OP, Alacrity, Porkchop, they're all still here. It's a 3v4 because Tendies has not opted to join his team yet. Curbstop going to move forward. He whiffs the hook. He roots his own ADC. Let's Have Fun has to flash as well. He's moving away. Tendies going to get the stun off onto Alacrity. Talented doesn't manage to find anything with that grasp. Let's Have Fun. Moving forward, he does not get rooted. But here comes Cryogenous. He has that Dominus, and he's moving on to the Dragon. They've got the inside track now, and Return of the Middle Sticks is looking for something here. Tendies still taking some damage. He will not take that Dark Passage. It expires.
Yep, and wow. I mean, the sequence of events that just happened was incredible. Like, there was so much that happened where it looked like Dragon was going to go to the side of the US Army Esports. Then Wyrito gets picked off by the Moonlight Vigil from Let's Have Fun. He has to grab him up, and he just says, alright, I'm going to shoot him in the face, root him, that's an easy pick. Then US Army Esports decide, instead of going for the Dragon, let's go ahead and go for the fight. And they took so long at trying to do that, that Cryogenous was able to just come back and say, well, you guys try to fight, but I have my dominance. I can really fight any of you guys. So if you guys want to keep on pressuring like that, he'll be taking it and he'll fight anyone on that team, knowing that Dawning Shadow's down and most of the ultimates are down.
Yeah, oh, Loker taking a lot of damage. He will actually have to use the Chrono Break, but he's back onto It's Me That's OP, who has no cooldowns. The Echo doesn't have the Chrono Break. He doesn't have that safety net. He is going to move forward. He does find the Zyra, but he will be handing over his life to Talented. And I'm not sure if that's a worth trade. Now Tendies, he's looking for Porkchop. He's going to move forward, finds the slow. Now he gets the heal. Porkchop is going to get the root with that ultimate, but Tendies flashes forward. He gets rooted again. Will he find the final auto attack to kill Porkchop? He gets the shutdown and the solo kill.
And Tendies was just so aggressive for no reason. He got the flash from Porkchop. He had every minute to just back away. Porkchop probably was going to back. And the minute Porkchop saw that Tendies flash into the other route, he says, all right, that's so much tower shots. I can easily just go in and take a fight and win.
Yeah, and Porkchop gets that kill. He has the teleport advantage now on Tendies, so he can continue to push in that top lane and force Tendies to come to him. Curb Stomp, though, may have found his me that's OP. Cryogenist is going to get the stun, get the hit, but that is a lot of damage coming out from Talented, who's now chasing down Cryogenist, and the Croc is just going to have to run. Loker's here now, and he may be looking for something because Rito's here on his red buff, and I think Loker's smelling, hey, that looks like my red buff, but no, he's walked into 3. What are you doing, Loker? You get so aggressive for no reason. Again, return to the middle sticks. Overextending, losing cooldowns, and possibly losing lives here off of it.
I mean, there's no reason for them to be this aggressive. They have a 8k gold lead. They should not be trying to make these kinds of aggressive plays that look like they're just desperation moves, but they don't have to be doing this. I mean, why would you sacrifice so much there? If Alacrity... Oh, uh-oh.
Same thing, Tendies. He's going to actually get flashed on by Alacrity. Damage actually coming out. Maybe Alacrity will go down. Tendies trying to find something here. He's going to jump on to It's Me That's OP, and actually Curb Stomp is going to get his top laner out alive. But what a ridiculous amount of aggression that led to that situation in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, why? Why are all of these plays being made? Why is Loker going over? What is this?
This is not a regular Tendies game where you're about, where you're about 15-1 and you're going for, you're going for broke here. This is a 7-5 Echo who just inted into 3 members of the enemy team, and he brought his support with him. Return of the Fiddlesticks is ahead as a whole. They're not individually super strong. They need to do this as a team instead of just throwing kills at US Army Esports and waiting for them to take this Baron.
Yeah, that's an easy Baron. Like, they know it. They know that they're on Baron and they just can't go over. And the only one that's been playing as if there is a huge lead is Cryogenist. And Loker and Tendies, they are the two that are costing so much currently. I don't understand the thought process as to why you try and make these desperation plays as if you're 10k gold behind, as if you're SKT going against Edward Gaming, and you're not SKT in that position. You shouldn't be doing this.
It's just... it's confusing because this is the kind of thing that's like, yeah, I understand if you're just making like really stupid plays on your own because you're behind and you need to get ahead. I understand if you're making really stupid plays on your own if you're ridiculously ahead on an individual level and you're like, haha, maybe I can actually 1v4. But when you're Tendies and you're 1-1, Loker gonna go over the wall. Cryogenist has popped the Dominus, so they are going to zone away a lot of US Army Esports. The only ult that has been committed on the blue side is that Zyra ult. Curb Stomp going to pull Porkchop back in. Can they burn him fast enough? I don't think so. It is going to be Curb Stomp using his Gargoyle Stone Plate. The ultimate coming through by Rito. The Volibear is in. Curb Stomp actually finds the pick onto Alacrity, but it doesn't matter because Talented has used that Dawning Shadow. The Dragon is going to be picked up by Loker here. Tendies now in the back of the fight. He's going to use the riposte, but he's going to get followed by Porkchop over the wall. Will Tendies go down? No, he's chasing down that Maokai. Gonna get him very low, gonna heal up enough. But Return of the Middle Sticks split in 2 parts and so low they managed to get away with that Dragon and not losing a single man.
Yeah, but they will end up losing that mid tower, and the gold lead was 8k ahead. That's gotten so reduced now, and while Tendies is going to take that bot tower and keep the lead kind of good, there's now 6k gold behind. All of these desperation plays are costing them, but this fight was better executed, and I like that. That is what they have to do. If they don't do this, then yes, they're going to end up throwing the game.
This was a good team fight for Return of the Middle Sticks because this was the kind of team fight that we expect from them where they're making these kind of risky plays. It's just not a risky play on an individual level. You're playing as a team and you're kind of dancing your team fight on a knife's edge while you take the Dragon because you know that you can win the smite fight. You know that you can get out without dying. You just have to put that to the test. I like
Yeah, I
that
mean,
much more than individually throwing yourself at the enemy team and going for solo kills.
yeah, I mean, the one time, like, whenever I'm looking at how they're playing before that dragon fight, like as I said before, it was like the SKT and the Edward Gaming teams back in 2017 Worlds, where T1 had to fight from behind. Everyone knew that, and they did it. But how about we fight from ahead? Let's go ahead and limit test just how hard we can push our ADC and our mid laners backs. That's what it kind of felt like for seeing Tendies and Loker go for these kinds of plays.
Now, Tendies is in that bot side. I think he's spotted out on the... No, the ward is over the wall, so they don't know he's there yet. Porkchop just spotted him. And with 4 members there, I don't think they're going to be able to find this Fiora. They're just going to zone him away. The Baron is no longer on the map, not on anyone. It has expired from US Army Esports, and the gold lead is at about 6,500 here. It's stabilized for a little bit in favor of Return of the Middle Sticks.
Yeah, and I really hope that Return of Middle Sticks don't try to force these kind of fights. I mean, they have this lead, and they have to protect it. If they give up the lead, there's a Cassiopeia sitting in the back. There's a Senna sitting in the back. They're gonna gladly eat these leads up. They gladly will.
That's the problem. The lead means less and less here for Return of the Middle Sticks because they are a team fighting comp. They've got a Fiora, they've got a Renekton. Aphelios can't siege, especially against a Senna and a Cassiopeia. They need to force these fights. I think the problem is they're not doing it as a unified group because at this point there's nothing actually to fight over. They need to find something to pressure and then fight over. But they've got, you know, a minute and a half until 2 big objectives are on the map, so that's what they're looking for. Right now, they're just in maintenance mode.
Yeah, and I've kind of just realized that Tendies, he's been even on the bear has to run, but Tendies, he's been even on CS with the time. He has 274 CS at 26 minutes, and really, to be quite honest with you, I'm not surprised that it's Tendies who's able to get this much CS. But it surprises me that he can match the pace of one of the LCK's greatest ADCs currently, which is Teddy, in my eyes. And Teddy finds these minions from out of nowhere, and that is exactly what Tendies is doing. He's just going into anywhere and just getting these tiny minions.
Oh, Loker moving forward. He will not be picked off by Porkchop, but now with 30 seconds left on that Dragon, and 30 seconds left on the Baron as well, it looks like both teams are going to focus up around the Dragon. This can put each of them onto Soul Point. Even space here. Tendies has the teleport, so he can teleport back in. Or he can, yeah, he's just going to teleport right in on the backside. He's not going for a flank. I think they're just going to try and pressure US Army Esports away. They just need to make sure to keep away from those grasping vines from this me that's OP, and make sure the talented can't find them with any kind of damage.
Yeah, and you can see they're posturing. They are wanting to make sure that there is no way for this to happen, but
Here comes the engage from Porkchop. They are going to find Tendies. The root comes out. The riposte has not been used yet. Cryogenous now into the fight with the dominance. That's a huge ultimate from Let's Have Fun. They're going to find one. They're going to find Tendies goes down, actually. And now a second one as Cryogenous falls as well. Porkchop going to lose his life as Let's Have Fun picks him off. Loker jumping into the fight. Rito and Talented running for their absolute lives. Loker going to die, but Talented is the only member left here for US Army Esports, and it is a scrape of a team fight win for Return of the Middle Sticks.
yeah, and Let's Have Fun had a beautiful Moonlight Vigil. It just barely connected, and it looked like it was the Infernum version of the ultimate. So him getting that off was perfect for him, and that kind of made the fight what it was. And while we did have Loker fall, it didn't cost us too much because they took out Rito in the process. So now, while the fight was in favor of the US Army Esports at first, they allowed for Let's Have Fun to be wide open throughout most of it. and that's where the problems came.
Yeah, Cryogenous was able to create space there. Tendies had a lot of stuff blown on him early. Porkchop jumped in there as well. On top of Tendies, it's me that's OP used cooldowns there, and it created space for this Aphelios, who is, when they team fight, he's the guy that they look to actually carry these team fights. Let's have fun. On the 2 items, he actually hasn't even finished his 3rd item, compared to Talented, who's done 4 items and is moving toward his final build. But Let's Have Fun can still control a team fight as an Aphelios with that Infernum Moonlight Vigil.
Yeah, no matter what, that Moonlight Vigil is always going to be the one thing that you're looking out for. If you see the Infernum version of it, the Chakrams version of it, that's when it gets super scary. Oh no.
Tendies making a big play here. He's moving on to It's Me That's OP. He flashes forward, isn't able to get the kill. One more Q onto It's Me That's OP, should be able to get it. He's running down this Zyra. He will be able to find it. The snipe in the 1v2. Will he be able to find a second onto Porkchop? Tendies is just absolutely massive. He's got that Ravenous Hydra. He's got that Death Stance. He has not taken any damage. And with the riposte coming up in a second, he will not be able to use it onto Alacrity's ultimate. But now Porkchop will fall. No, not quite. Meanwhile, that was the space he was buying for his team. Return of the Middlesticks gets a free Baron and only loses their top lane off of that.
Yeah, and Tendies just baited the entire team bot side. He baited Alacrity. He got Ismi, that's OP, and even got the kill on them and almost took out Porkchop. If it wasn't for Alacrity being there, yeah, absolutely, it was over there.
And Loker's going to pick up Alacrity on the back end of that. Cryogenous takes the kill credit, but Loker knows he did all the heavy lifting.
Yeah, and I mean, that's them knowing that Alacrity didn't have that ultimate up, so them being able to just capitalize off of that and force it, like, yeah, they'll take that any day.
Yeah, now with the Baron, Let's Have Fun can just start knocking down this turret. Loker gonna do some big chunks to it. Meanwhile, Cryogenous bringing in that minion wave in the top side. Loker moves forward, doesn't find anyone, but Cryogenous is now drawing aggro from 2. Tendies is alive, but he doesn't have his teleport available. Yrita going very low. Inhibitor falls, and that's going to be an Infernum ult used by Let's Have Fun. He doesn't manage to find a kill, but he does manage to get away with taking that mid inhibitor without any kind of repercussions for Return of the Middlesticks.
Yeah, and I think if he doesn't use that, it's a riskier play for Cryogenous to try and get out. But instead, he's able to force Yrito to use that ultimate, and he's able to get away thanks to Let's Have Fun getting the Infernum Moonlight Vigil onto Talented and onto It's Me That's OP. So they were able to take what they wanted and get out without having to use too many things that wouldn't be back up in about 2 minutes or 3 minutes time.
Yeah, I mean, they basically didn't use anything taking down that inhibitor. And while the Baron buff only has a minute left to go, they can start to push that into this bot side. With Tendies back on the map, he can go for the top side, and they can try and 1-4 this. They're still far stronger than US Army Esports and can win a 4v4, especially when the one person that goes to match is Porkchop. He's their main tank. He's all of the beef on their team, and if it weren't for him, Let's Have Fun, Cryogenous, Loker, they could just run absolute havoc through the team, and there isn't really any tank stats to get in the way of that. Yrito is on 2.5 items here.
Yeah, I mean, if Porkchop does end up falling before a team fight, it could very well spell disaster, and really, they always have to send like 2 or 3 people to match Tendies.
Yeah, Tendies is here for Alacrity. He is going to use the ultimate, parries the ult from Alacrity, and now Tendies is in a 1v4, but he is going to go down. Curb Stomp actually gets knocked up as well, and this may be an overstep here by Return of the Middlesticks. Curb Stomp goes low, but not down. That's the ultimate coming in from Let's Have Fun. They're getting a lot of damage off on Yrito. Joker, Loker can't even get his ultimate off, but Cryogenous is here. The Croc is big. The Croc wants to rock. They're going to find 2. He gets the heal off. Alacrity isn't able to cut through him yet. It's Me That's OP, though. He flashes over the wall. He finds 1. He finds 2. And now Let's Have Fun may make 3 here, and it looks like Return of the Middlesticks bit off more than they can chew. Triple kill here for the Zyra.
Yeah, and Ismi That's OP, he's the one that just said, you know what? Let's go. they want to fight us. Let's make sure that we take out all three of their strongest members at the end of the fight. They took out Loker and they took out Tendies, and Tendies went in with a very ambitious fight, but without his mate, that's OP getting those roots in when needed. This fight goes different. I mean, Alacrity barely survives using the flash, so.
Oh, Tendies almost manages to get that. He's going to come over the wall in a second. No, he won't, actually. But Alacrity and Porkchop do take down this dragon. This will be a 7 Drake game if it goes for 5 more minutes. But that was kind of a interesting team fight. It looked like Tendies just wanted to draw attention. With the dragon coming up, I assume that's what he was doing. He was just going to go sacrifice his life, give his team the soul, and maybe even get a kill or an inhibitor out. But then the rest of his team started to engage, and that's just where it all started to fall apart. And then that beautiful flash forward by It's Me That's OP secured that one for US Army Esports, gave them that 3rd Drake, and now Baron comes up in 1 minute and 20 seconds, and all sides of the map are gravitating toward that.
Yeah, and I mean, Desire or It's Me That's OP is living to his name. He's been very OP during this entire game. I mean, no matter what. Who's the person that's forcing out Loker's ultis at times, forcing so much damage? It's me. He's always there. So, like, so much credit has to be given to It's Me That's OP and to Porkchop, because without those two, who knows what happens? I mean, Alacrity still isn't super strong quite yet.
Oh, looks like US Army Esports is going for a pick. It's Let's Have Fun. He turns around to Moonlight Vigil, and he is just immediately cut down. And now, with a man disadvantage on the map, it's a 5v3 here in this top side because Tendies is pushing the bot lane. He's going to get the inhibitor current. Now Cryogenous is going to jump forward onto Talented. They're going to be able to knock him down immediately. Loker uses the ultimate just to make sure he's going to keep himself alive. It's a 3v4, but a lot of cooldowns are down on the side of Return of the Middle Sticks. Rito gets picked, but he's not going to be killed just yet. Stun comes down onto Cryogenous. That's the snake dead. That is the bear dead. And now Return of the Middle Sticks have found themselves a team fight win with a man disadvantage, and that's going to definitely be the game here for them. They've got 4 men, only Porkchop is standing, and it looks like the Return of the Middle Sticks is just going to knock down these inhibitors, push it in. Tendies going for the kill onto Porkchop. He's tanking Turret Dagger. He doesn't give a single chainsaw. They're going to take 1 Nexus turn.
Yeah, and I mean, that's going to be that game, and Tendies had so much lane pressure, and Cryogenous was so great in those last fights that broke out. That was exactly what you needed when it comes to having Aphelios down, and a fight that looked like it was going to be forced and very badly until they realized, like, Tendies is bot. If we just force the fight and make sure none of them back, Tendies probably takes the towers.
Yeah, and dancing on the knife's edge, forcing these team fights, that was what Return of the Middle Sticks was looking to do the entire game. They finally brought it all together, letting Tendies move in, letting the 3v5 that they split up US Army Esports, picked them off one by one, and that was the end of the game. US Army Esports falls to 3-2. Return of the Middle Sticks jumps up to 2-3. But that's not all, folks, because we've got one more game for.
We do have one more game for tonight. Don't know what happened to Vid, like they might have gone out, but it is going to be the Akuma Sabres versus Sensei Squad. So don't go anywhere. This match is going to be quite a banger.
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here with our third and final game of the evening, Akuma Sabres versus Sensei Squad. So,
Yeah,
Akuma Sabres again at 3-1. Sensei Squad, however, at 0-4. They are yet to pick up a match win here in the GRLCS Fall Split.
yeah, but if they do get a win here, I mean, who knows? Maybe they carry this win and just go undefeated in this next part, but anything's possible, especially with the team that they have drafted.
Yeah, they've got that Graves, they've got that Twisted Fate, and of course, Caitlyn's still very strong. All of those things are great picks here. But first, let me introduce the blue side, the Akuma Sabres. We've got Rampage in the top lane on the Ornn, Malstixi in the jungle on the Horse Hecarim, Ozzy in the mid lane on Akali, and Atinio and Fails on Ezreal and Yuumi.
Yep, and on the red side, we have the Sensei Squad. Yeah, I don't know why I stopped there. We have Archangel Aatrox as the Maokai in the top lane. We have Water Bear as the Graves in the jungle, and we have Cancersaurus Rex as the Twisted Fate in the mid lane, and Deadshot and Will I Ever Quit as the Caitlyn Lulu in the bot lane. And boy, it took a lot of me to not yell at that Lulu when she was laughing.
Yeah, her laugh, and then like all of the D&D Twitch skin, like Twitch Shadowfoot, those are like the two most annoying spammables.
I mean, it's almost as annoying as hearing the the Korean Ezreal, or maybe it's not Korean, but I can't remember which one it is, but where Ezreal's just like doing his taunt emote, and all you hear is just Manku Mangnu over and over and over again in the laning.
Well, already we've got a little bit of action coming up in the top and mid lanes. Rampage on that Ornn does have Grasp of the Undying. Meanwhile, Archangel Aatrox on the Maokai has Aftershock. So we're actually seeing better trades here by Rampage. And now it's the 2v2 at level 2 here. Fails is off of Ezreal, but I don't think that really matters because one more auto attack will find first blood here for Atinio. Will I Ever Quit? Finds the return kill, but that is a 1-for-1 with first blood going over to the ADC of Akuma Sabres.
Yeah, and I feel for Fails there, because that is 100% a Fails. And oh no, the cat is in some trouble here.
The cat is definitely in a not great place. As Water Bear comes in, he will find himself an easy peasy pickup here. Fails, gets executed under the turret, and Water Bear finds his first kill of the game. So actually, as far as gold goes, it's actually even.
Yeah, I mean, Fails got caught on a trap there, which hurt, because you could see Fails use his healing ability right after, not expecting the trap to be put right in the spot, which led to Athena dying, and Fails just had to sit there like, oh, this is awkward, and then just didn't really respect the fact that we didn't know where the jungler was.
Meanwhile, Rampage getting Archangel Aatrox very low. He is going to get the knock-up, and one more Grasp Auto probably would have done it, but Archangel Aatrox will flash away, and it's not very often you get to see Ornn beating the crap out of his enemy top laner.
Yeah, usually it's the opposite way around, and wow, Ozzy's just bullying Cancersaurus Rex. I mean, I feel for him here, because I mean, you have to deal with a Akali who's always has their Shroud up.
Yeah, and Cancerous Rex, he is sitting pretty good in this lane, at least with as far as his projection goes. He should be doing fairly well against this Akali, as long as he can avoid this happening. Cancerous Rex, one more auto could do it, and Ozzy opts not to flash forward. Cancerous Rex burns a flash, avoids his own death, however, and now, oof, Deadshot gets a lot of damage off onto Fails.
Yeah, and again, it's just those traps. Those traps are hurting so much, especially if you are Fails. Like, they know if Fails gets polymorphed or rooted or anything, like, that's a long cooldown until Fails can hop back on.
It is a 1v1 coming out here. Archangel Aatrox is going to heal up a fair amount, but Rampage has that Grasp of the Undying. They're going to pretty much go even here. Ozzy getting pushed under his turret by Cancerous Rex, who did commit the teleport. And now the mid laner should be getting to the level 6s soon, which means that Destiny will be unlocked for Cancerous Rex to get around the map a little bit.
Yep, and you can see like the junglers are both at the Dragon Pit. It looks like they may just decide to just get the dragon and leave it like that, which is the better play, especially since the Akali was forced to come back using the TP.
Yeah, this Hecarim just wants to farm up for now. He pretty much needs his level 6 to get a good gank off. So he is going to be sitting pretty for now. He's got a significant CS lead, 15 CS over his counterpart Water Bear. And it is going to mean that Water Bear, he does have that kill, he does have that dragon under his belt. But Mouse Dixie is charging toward that level 6, where he can really start ganking, especially on these flashless lanes here.
Man, I'm still so surprised at how both these teams decided to just brawl it out. I did not expect that at all for the beginning moments of the game.
Yeah, you'd think in the Ezreal Yuumi versus the level 2 Caitlyn, you would generally not want to try and duel the level 2 Caitlyn, but it ends up working out well for this bot lane, and now they have, with that extra call that Tinyo has, he will be doing fairly well here, getting that scaling item online before Deadshot can. And it doesn't look like Deadshot's actually going for a call at all. He's probably just going for that regular, the regular BF Sword first build path. Meanwhile, Will I Ever Quit just zoning off Atinyo a little bit. Atinyo has no mana. He will have to go back at some point here, or just try not to use mana.
I don't think Atinyo is gonna be doing that. It looks like he's just gonna do whatever he can to get those minions, even if it does cost him his mana.
And now in the top lane, we do have those ultimates available. Rampage also has level 6, and we are going to see a little bit of a scrap. Some damage coming through, but mostly it's a wet noodle fight here.
Man, don't you just love the fight between tanks?
See, that's why Ornn is actually kind of interesting for that, because he does real damage to tanks. In every other aspect, you know, like playing against him, he sucks, and everyone should hate him. But at least when you're casting him, he does damage.
Yeah, when you're able to play him like Rampage is currently, yeah, he's doing so much, and
Oh, and here comes the call of the Forge God. It will be dodged away by that Twisted Advance, but Archangel Aatrox has no mana, no flash, and no life, as Rampage picks up that solo kill.
Yeah, I mean, you know, what can you say except Ornn things, right? So you get Brittle down and it's over.
Yeah, that's just Ornn stuff. He does have that Negatron cloak in his inventory, just making sure that Archangel Aatrox can't do any damage to him. But now, Water Bear looking to duel Mouse Dixie. He does have the Lulu coming to support him and the collateral damage available. Mouse Dixie going to take a lot of damage and finally goes down to that burn.
Yep, that red burn was just enough to take him out, and he burns that ultimate, and you know, that doesn't feel bad. You know, it looked like he was debating on if he should fight him or not, and that small hesitation there just costed him so much.
Yeah, and it's not looking good right now for Mouse Dixie. Obviously, he is still about 20 CS ahead of Water Bear, but Water Bear with that Graves does scale very well in the late game for a jungler like this. And Mouse Dixie, on the other hand, needs to start getting something going. His top laner doing pretty well for himself, found that solo kill onto the Maokai, but he needs to help Ozzy get ahead here against Cancerous Rex, or help Atinyo find more of an advantage here on the bot lane. But Deadshot's flash is back up, same with Cancerous Rex. It's going to be a lot harder to do that when you've just burned your ultimate, dying to Water Bear.
Yeah, and you see he's just sitting in the river now. It looks like he's gonna try and make a play happen onto Cancerous Rex, actually.
Cancerous Rex will flash. Mouse Dixie knocks him back anyways. One more hit'll do it. Ozzy finds the kill. Mouse Dixie flashes the sad emote. He wanted that one. but I think it should probably go to the laner, right?
Oh, it definitely should, especially if it is the Akali. I mean, Akali was getting with some kills on her belt. I mean, I take that any day. Take that any day over the Hecarim.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they're both pretty much fine. You know, it's not like you're giving a tank jungler a kill, but yeah, I would say when you've got your Akali starting the snowball against a Twisted Fate, you should probably let her have it. Meanwhile, Water Bear has decided, since his mid laner was dead, he's just going to go and take the Rift Herald instead. And that dragon, the Cloud Drake, is coming up in 5 seconds here on the bot side, where Malstixi is taking his Krugs.
Oh, and Rampage just baiting in Archangel Aatrox. Dare said, all right, let's go ahead and fight since you want to interrupt me, but what he doesn't know is that the Grave is hovering around.
Now he does, because the Rift Herald just went down, but Water Bear knows that as well, and it looks like he's heading into the mid lane, possibly to drop this Rift Herald. Yes, he's going to drop this Rift Herald very early. No plates have even been taken yet by Sensei Squad in that mid lane, so he's just going to get 160 gold for each of them, and it looks like they will find a third. Meanwhile, the Dragon goes down in favor of Malstixi. Ozzy goes so low, but is still alive. And Malstixi, he's looking for blood. The ultimate comes out from Malstixi. Cancerous Rex is in trouble, doesn't have his flash, he's rooted up. Malstixi finds his first kill in the game, puts himself on the board, and now Water Bear is on the run. Meanwhile, Will I Ever Quit flashes forward, finds Ozzy, and gets himself a solo kill. Rampage gonna knock up Water Bear, and now it looks like Archangel Aatrox is in trouble as well. Another kill going over to that Hecarim for a 3-1-1 scoreline.
Yeah, and before I highlight everything that went super well for, for Malstixi and for Fails there, because, I mean, they were the ones that led that charge. Just gotta say, like, Ozzy got sniped down by Will I Ever Quit.
Yeah,
Like,
he was like, he was sticking around. He stayed alive after the Rift Herald dropped in the mid lane. Water Bear got some damage off on him. And then Will I Ever Quit roaming up and says, you know what? I think I can flash forward and take this.
Yeah, so, I mean, Will I Ever Quit doing that kind of play helped him, or helps out his team so much. But at the same time, like, Malstixi and Fails got so much in return. Malstixi used that ulti, which basically just canceled out the entirety of the stun from the yellow card of TF, which then allowed him to chase down Water Bear. Water Bear gets caught between Rampage. Rampage uses it to call the Forge God, and from there, history's made.
Yeah, that was such a good collapse there by Rampage, and then of course Malstixi following up. So they are sitting about 2,000 gold ahead, even on Dragons. This is going to be an Ocean Rift, and Malstixi is here. He's hunting for blood. He knocks back Cancerous Rex, fleeing, and I don't think there's anything that Twisted Fate can do. Ozzy, though, on the run from Water Bear. Malstixi gonna get some damage off. Water Bear has the collateral damage and whiffs it. Ozzy barely dodges away, and that's another double kill here for the horse. 5-1 now for that jungler of Akuma Sabres.
And Atiga really needs to back. I mean, not to like take away from what just happened in that mid lane, which was beautiful, but he has no mana. He needs to find some way to back up.
He has no mana, and he can almost definitely afford his mana mune, especially if he sells that call. But now the gank coming in from Malstixi. Will I Ever Quit? Going to get knocked up, uses his ultimate, but it will not save his life. Cancerous Rex now, Destiny's in, and there goes Atenyo. His Deadshot snipes him down. Malstixi on the run. He is going to get away, and Deadshot has that ultimate, but he's not going to be able to use it as Ozzy jumps in. The headshot, the headshot, the headshot. Deadshot finds Ozzy.
Oh, and that's what happens when you TP onto a Caitlyn trap and you have Cancerous Rex there, but Malstixi going right back.
Malstixi's looking for blood, and he will find it. Fails, takes the kill onto Deadshot, and Malstixi is godlike here under the bot lane. And it is still a 3,000 gold lead for this Akuma Sabres over the Sensei Squad. And Water Bear knows that he can't stop anyone from killing his bot lane anymore, so he has just decided to take that mid turret.
Yep, and wow, Mouse Dixie just say, all right, let's just go ahead and take out Will I Ever Quit again.
And it looks like Rampage will finally go down under this turret. Water Bear does get something back for himself, but the rest of his team's making it really hard to stay in this game.
Yeah, that's such a feels bad for Will I Ever Quit. He's like, there's no way I get tower dive. Forgets that he is a very squishy Lulu and just immediately drops.
Yeah, against a Hecarim with ult too. It's like, oh, Archangel Aatrox, one more hit should do it, but Atinio can't get in there. He's got his Sheen, he's got his Manamune, but it's not enough.
Yep, and that flash is going to be for naught there. I mean, it was a very good try at making a play happen there, but instead, you use your flash and you get nothing in return.
Yeah, it just didn't pan out that time, but Atinio now in the top lane. He is going to just get some solo farm, solo XP, try and take out this top lane turret, and start stacking up that Manamune as well.
Yeah, I mean, an Ezreal who's able to farm up will be happy, especially since Fails knows that he should be fine on his own. So he's just staying around people that he knows that are going to be the main targets, which is the Akali and Mouse Dixie currently.
Yeah, and now it could be a 4v4 here around the dragon. Mouse Dixie over the wall, will not find the kill, and that's going to be already Water Bear picked off. Archangel Aatrox is here, has jumped in. He's going to get a lot of damage off onto Ozzy. One more auto attack should do it, and he finds the kill there. Rampage now 1v2ing. And the Yuumi will be picked off. Good support there by Archangel Aatrox. Mouse Dixie is here, and he is on top of the Caitlyn. He's also on top of the Maokai. And you know what an axe does to a tree here. He's going to chop him right down. Atinio has joined the team, and it is a one-team fight, although they lose the dragon. And there's Will I Ever Quit under the tower, wondering, how did this happen again?
Yeah, and Will I Ever Quit was flashing that very sad cat, like, please spare me. And Mouse Dixie says, no, you don't have the better of the sad emotes. I have it. You must fall.
I need more kills. Feed me. And Mouse Dixie is on the run. Water Bear does have that collateral damage and finds himself 1,000 gold in his pocket. Atinio didn't even go to help his jungler, and he may pay the ultimate price for it now. Water Bear going to find the end of the line, but it doesn't hit Atinio, and he's not going to be able to continue to chase down the Akuma Saber's ADC.
Yeah, and that was great by Water Bear to be able to pick up that. Mouse Dixie was just a little bit too greedy trying to get that blue buff, but at the same time, when you're this far ahead, you might as well do it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Really, that's probably what's going through his head at that point.
Yeah, and well, the craziest thing to me is that Mouse Dixie is 11-2. He's so far ahead, and his team as a whole is 2,000 gold ahead. This isn't like a ridiculous. This isn't like a ridiculous lead for the Akuma Sabers. This is a regular lead at 18 minutes, because Mouse Dixie is so far ahead that the rest of his team has fallen behind compared to their counterparts.
Yeah, oh no.
Oh, well, I guess that doesn't matter. Archangel Aatrox going to go down before the Call of the Portugal God can even be reactivated. And Cancerous Rex does get knocked up there. But there is a 4-man crew here trying to take on the 3 from the Sensei squad. Water Bear is going to get rooted up. That's the flash in by Ozzy. He's going to look for Will I Ever Quit. Mouse Dixie on top of Water Bear. He will not be able to take down his counterpart. He actually loses his life, and it's a 1-for-1. But another shutdown going over to that Twisted Fate.
Yeah, and that was super greedy again, which I don't blame him, but like, the play kind of just started to unravel when the entirety of the team showed up, and then Ozzy just couldn't really get that second part of the I forgot the name of the I feel real bad because I'm gonna call him main, but like, he just couldn't really get the second part of the perfect execution. There we go. And just from that is when Mouse Dixie's like, all right, let me try and maybe take out Water Bear, even if there is 3 people right here.
Yeah, and this whole time it's just been, you know, Mouse Dixie goes in, finds a kill, dies for it. Ozzy finds a kill. Rampage, he's just there for moral support. Like, he's just too slow to get an assist on everything that's, you know, on everything that's going on. And the whole time, Atenyo has just been in the bot lane, taking it some time to himself, focusing on his own CS. He's 30 CS ahead of Deadshot and a full level ahead of him as well. He's got those that two-item power spike for Ezreal, and he's looking pretty good here. The next time that these teams decide to go for a fight, probably in about a minute when the next Ocean Drake comes up.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I'm a little surprised that that Rampage didn't go onto Cancerous there, but no, Atenyo might be in some trouble.
Yeah, he has that cleanse, but it will be enough to get him away from Cancerous Rex, but that is a summoner cooldown burned. With 40 seconds left on the Baron, or Dragon, and now Mouse Dixie is here. He finds that Twisted Fate. Water Bear as well, going to be knocked up, uses the cleanse, but it's not going to be enough. Will I Ever Quit going down as well, and Archangel Aatrox, the only one left alive, but not for long. He joins his teammates in death. The Baron is being pinged now, and it looks like Mouse Dixie is on his way to just start chopping on that worm.
Yep, and that was great by them, because they know that out of everyone that's not there, Deadshot is nowhere to be seen. So they just immediately say, alright, let's go. This is our engage.
Yeah, and Deadshot is really the only one that you really need to be worried about if you're Mouse Dixie. Graves, at this point, he's just fallen a little bit further behind than he can get. Mouse Dixie got that two-item power spike, and now they're headed toward that dragon, trying to keep Deadshot from stealing this one away for Sensei Squad.
Yeah, and Mouse Dixie, he is so fast. So he's just zooming everywhere.
14, 3, and 6 for this Hecarim. Atenyo, he's doing his part in the mid lane, chopping down that turret. The dragons will be evened up 2-2, and it looks like the Ornn items are online. There's going to be the trick.
Yeah, it should be the Trinity Fusion coming on for the Ezreal as well, since the Hecarim did get the upgrade first. But
Yes.
I am
As soon as
wondering.
Rampage gets himself to level 15, I'm sure he will be heading over. Trinity Force is one of the few very good items for Ornn, and Cancerous Rex is just down again. Fails, finds himself his third kill of the game. Cat sitting on horse, and Will I Ever Quit? Looks like he will be the next casualty unless Mouse Dixie bites off more than he can chew. Atenyo's here. Technically, it's a 3v3. Now a 4v3 as Ozzy gets in. Archangel Aatrox and Rampage duking it out in the bot lane here. And, well, there's a 2-level disadvantage here for the Maokai, so I think we're seeing how that goes.
Yeah, and look at Atenyo, he's just going in.
And he is basically the herald for Mouse Dixie to say, oh, okay, so you're tanking, I can just jump right in there. And Ozzy picks up both of those kills, and looks like they're about to crack open the base, cloaked in purple. They've got this Baron buff on. All of these minions are going to take far too long to go down before the inhibitor turret goes down as well. Cancerous Rex flashes away. Mouse Dixie gets those zoomies to just run right back out, and here goes the inhib.
Yeah, and the Maokai still is not responding at all. He's just staying with the Ornn, which I think is just too costly, especially with that tower being taken out now.
Well, there's just nothing you can do at this point if you're the Maokai. Deadshot's dead, Water Bear was down as well, and Cancerous Rex just blew his flash inside his own base. He could have backed off and given up the turret a little bit earlier, but now the engage, there's just nothing you can do against this Akuma Sabres team. That's one knock up, another kill. That's 2 down already on the side of Sensei Squad. Ozzy on the run, he isn't even going to fall. Double kill down for the Water Bear, and oh, the jump back into the flash by Ozzy. He's not going to fall, but he doesn't find a kill either. It's 3-0, and it looks like the Akuma Sabres are finally done with their highlight reel. They're looking to finally pick up these final kills and take down this game. Will I Ever Quit? Solo finally picked off. Atenyo jumps forward with that arcane shift. The Nexus turret will fall, followed by its counterpart next to it, and here comes Akuma Sabres for their 4th win of the split. And better luck next time, Sensei Squad. You got to try and find yourself a win in the back half of the split here.
Yeah, and what a... Well, I said it was a banger, but man, they... Akuma Sabers kind of took that and just said, well, it is a banger, but for us only.
Yeah, I was gonna make a joke about loading the shotgun and taking the horse out back and just shooting it in the head, but it was really like, you know, Water Bear loaded up his shotgun. He said, "Okay, I'm taking the horse back out." And Mouse Sticks, he said, no, get behind the shed." And that's pretty much how it happened. The other two games we had tonight was like a 45-minute game and a 35-minute game. This one was a 25-minute game.
I mean, this one was an LPL style kind of game. I mean, no matter where you went, there was fighting. And Mouse 60 failed was leading the charge, and man, they bullied Cancerous Rex throughout the entirety of this match.
Yeah, did not feel good for Cancerous Rex, finishing 1-8-2. Archangel Aatrox very similarly, 1-6-3. Neither of those really feels good. And Sensei Squad, they did what they could, but it just seemed like the coordination on the side of Akuma Sabers was too much to overcome.
Yeah, I mean, it was just perfect coordination for them. That was great.
Good coordination off the back of a super fed Hecarim. So that is our final game of the evening. Of course, we are not finished for the week. Tomorrow, we've got General Vici and Weenie coming back on the cast for the final 2 games of Diamond Capped, and that will finish off week 5. By the way, it is September 29th, which means that September still has a day and a half to go. 20% off all Twitch subs and all new Twitch subs, and of course, you get bigger benefits if you subscribe for longer or have higher tier subscriptions. So if you like what you're seeing on the stream, make sure to go ahead and support us, and also your Twitch membership will give you a membership into the Get Wrecked Club and allow you to play in our weekly tournaments. So for us here, I have been Vid, joined by Asami, and thank you everyone for watching. Make sure to tune in tomorrow, same time, 5:30, same place, twitch.tv/GetWreckedTV. See y'all tomorrow.
Goodbye.